40.
Otis, what's in your face?
It's a moustache. I've been growing it all summer.
I forgot to tell you, I saw Maeve the other day.
I don't need to know what Maeve is doing anymore.
Good morning, Moordale. How is everyone feeling today?
Hello, how are you?
Hello, good. How are you?
Morning.
Fine, thank you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
And you as well.
Which are the reasons to watch the new sex education season?
Spend more time with your friends, us at Moordale.
Absolutely.
You can have a good laugh and you can have a good cry.
Yeah. Come and grow with us. Come and grow with us. All the characters are growing, and so if you watch sex education, you'll grow as well. Undeniably, you will.
You will.
Yeah.
Perfect. Eric and Adam's relationship was an expected plot twist in first two seasons. Will we see more and more beatings between both of them?
Yeah, you see them they're in an official relationship now, and you see how they make a go of things. And you know, they have been in very different places in terms of their journey of self-acceptance, and I guess have very different kind of like motives driving their journey towards self-acceptance. And so now that they're together in a relationship, I guess there's that dynamic causes like friction between the two. And so yeah, I mean, you see the entire relationship play out over the course of the season. Definitely, with its peaks and troughs.
What way does Eric deal with stigmatization for being himself, especially inside his own family?
Yeah, I think for Eric, because with Eric, he came out to his family when he was 13, I think it was, or 12 when he was 13. So he within his immediate family, he's very accepted and very loved and accepted. But I think what I really appreciated about this season is like we understand how important extended family are and the impressions of extended family as well. And that is specifically true to like a lot of African cultures. I say Africa because myself, I'm Rwandan, and it's definitely the same in Rwandan culture. Eric is Nigerian, Ghanaian, and it's very similar in his culture as well. His mum and his parents have themselves lied their whole lives, and none of them are gay, constantly to the extended family, trying to put forward a good impression to the rest of his family. And I think he sees that when he's in Nigeria, and he's like, that's not the life I want for me. I don't want to constantly be putting a facade forward. I want to be my true, authentic self.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I think that's what a lot of, family, when you love someone, you often think that you're protecting someone, but actually, it has to be, it can be misguided. It can be very misguided. I think it's because you can act out of fear or you can act out of love. And sometimes I think when you love someone and you care about them, you can get very afraid for them. And I think that fear it can be contagious. But actually what I love about Eric is that he says, I don't accept this pattern that's been going on in our family where we kind of tell lies to the rest of our family, the extended family. I'm going to break that. I don't like that, and I'm going to break that cycle. And it only takes one person in a family, doesn't it, to break a cycle?
Yeah.
Going on for years. It takes one person to break it.
This will be the season in which Aimee, your character, finds out feminism. Will she achieve it by her own, or thanks to another strongly feminist girl like Maeve?
I think that a lot of it is coming from herself, definitely. And most of it really. But I think as, in life, it's very true to life that certain people and certain relationships, certain friendships can be, a sort of catalyst for growth in us. And I think, we learn a lot about ourselves through other people. And I think that it's actually, Maeve is she's a role model for Aimee. They're the same age, but she is a role model and she admires so much about Maeve. But I think also Maeve admires a lot about Aimee. Maeve is kind of, she's read more books on feminism, and she's got more of the language, and she's more assertive. But I think that Aimee is also a great role model for Maeve in the way that she finds it so much, she finds it easy to trust people, and to she's very present, Aimee, and she doesn't overthink things, and she stays very present.
Asa, we have noticed a huge evolution in Otis' sexual life since first season. What message would you send as Asa Butterfield to everyone identified with Otis, especially at the beginning of the series?
I think to not put so much pressure on yourself. Take things as they come, and don't compare yourself to what other people are going through. And yeah, just be yourself ultimately. And it's far easier said than done, especially in kind of school, because you're always comparing yourself to your peers. But I think there's so much to learn, and you're going to be learning that stuff for your entire life. So don't feel bad if you don't get it, or you feel like you're being left behind, or you're whatever it is. Just go at your own rate, and know that everyone's kind of going through the same thing, even if it doesn't look like it.
Mm-hmm. So three seasons, after the premiere, what way would you say that a series like Sex Education has contributed to wash out sex taboos between the youths and not the youths? Did you perceive it yet around you?
I don't know. Not necessarily my sort of age group. So as a product from the show, I think people possibly did, hopefully did in school. I think this show, it does show sex in quite an honest and frank and non-judgmental way, and I think people really respond to that. So hopefully it opened up some conversations around in teenagers. I mean, that's sort of was one of our aims, I suppose.
Okay, which series character is the one that you feel most identified with in your real life?
What do you think? I think it's a difficult one.
I don't know. I definitely relate to Otis in some ways, in his sort of, he's very mature for his age. And I think there were points when I was a teenager where I felt quite grown up working in an adult environment, as an actor. So I can relate to that in some ways.
Obviously, when you've been building a character for 3 years, because we've done 3 seasons now, you probably know, I definitely know my character, a lot more than I would know everyone else's. I feel like you get to know your character in quite a deep way. And I think probably Ruby, in the sense that she's different to the way, and probably as she's developed a lot more this season, I think she's different to the way that she comes across. I think a lot of people tend to sort of present a different version of themselves. And I think probably just learning to accept yourself and be comfortable with who you are, and stopping, like, not being afraid to sort of show that how you are on the inside, I suppose, is something that I suppose I relate to. I've probably taken that away from it, I suppose, a little bit this year, and tried to be more like that myself.
Will Ruby be part of the Untouchables yet, or will she get along with the rest of the Moordale students more and more?
I'd say that's a part of it. She definitely becomes a lot less selfish and more selfless this season. It starts off, in her usual way, because that's who she is. Then as we travel, through the season, I think you do see her doing that, and probably thinking of the school and all of her peers, kind of being more of a team player, for sure. She becomes a lot more of a team player. I won't ruin it, but she does this season for sure.
Will you participate in an exchange between Moordale and Las Encinas students?
So that's up to the big boss at Netflix, I suppose.
Yeah.
If they can write in a special. It would be fun.
Would be.
It'd be fun. I don't know how the students would interact.
I'm not good at talking, but
You shouldn't ever give someone power just the way you are.